to trafficking under the influence of witchcraft, what's called juju. It's what the African continents call, what we call voodoo, with some Caribbean country call it opia, whatever. Quite disturbing, it's an emotive subject. You hear young ladies who have been sexually abused or exploited. You will hear of a young lady who actually had instruments used on her, and as a result of that, she's had a number of operations and still are having to undergo operations. I try and keep it as best as I can, because what I've done with this presentation is to ensure that I don't limit it too much. However, in terms of stats, I decided not to do any stats. Human trafficking is global. It has no color, it has no religious barrier, it has no gender barrier. I've traveled extensively in Africa, in particular, because human trafficking tends to be preyed upon people who are vulnerable. My last trip was South Africa last year, Johannesburg, Cape Town. And in Cape Town, I was quite disturbed. I went into what's called a township. I don't know if anyone here has been to Africa, in terms of, right. So you know what the townships are like, right? Went into one of the townships that's really, really run down, really bad. This one was the oldest township in South Africa, in Cape Town. It accommodated 60,000 women and children, black. Because I don't know if people know the history, you know, with the apartheid system. You're black, you go there. You're white, you go there. You're mixed parentage, you go there. But the black townships have never changed over many, many years now, although apartheid is supposed to have ended. However, I went into this township, and there were children in the nursery, in kindergartens. We came in, and they were dancing, and they were very happy. And I thought to myself, wow, they were really encouraging us to take photographs of them. And I thought, I could have been a paedophile. My husband could have been a paedophile. But yet still, we were encouraged to take photographs of these children and give them a little change. Clearly, I didn't do it because I'm against that. So, you know, you're going to hear some things today that's quite emotional. And if you do find it emotive, please be free to talk to me afterwards. Okay? Right, I'm just going to give you a little bit about me. As I said, my name is Ivoline Campbell. I've been working with Children's Services for 44 years in various sectors, the local government. I specialize in human trafficking awareness, domestic violence. That's also one of the topics that I really enjoy speaking on. I'm a researcher, I'm a guest speaker, and I also do quite a lot of training in one of the leading universities for MSc students in human trafficking awareness. So I consider myself a master. However, human trafficking is just under our noses. It's in front of us, it's beside us, it's our families, it's our friends, it's our neighbors, but we don't see it. And I'll give you an example of what happened to me, considering myself a master, and I didn't see it. Okay, so I've worked extensively with this group. I've worked with the airports in Jamaica, where I've actually done training around how to identify it and what to do when you've identified it. And as a result, I must say, they were able to intersect one person a week after I left that was being trafficked from Morocco to Montego Bay via Kingston. There's certain things you look for, and then you're able to intersect that, and that's what happened. So that's me in a nutshell. I do quite a bit of work around women and girls, because, you know, that's a vulnerable sector, I feel. And clearly I'm a woman. Yeah, so I'm about protecting as much as I can do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through some slides now, and I'm going to hopefully get you to get something from this. I'm going to show some videos as well. And what I'd like to say, juju, witchcraft, it's not black, it's not white, okay? Because, you know, when I go and do a presentation on the witchcraft element of it, everybody assumes it must be black. You've got white witches too, okay? So it hasn't got a color, and it hasn't got a gender.